So this is my 2008 Bridgeported Mazda RX-8 40th anniversary edition. Now, a lot of you are no stranger to this car, and it is completely mechanically sound. There is not a single engine problem with this car. However, there is a lot of cosmetic problems. Now, the past 20 years nearly and 120,000 miles have not been kind to this car. So let's dive in and see what's up. So, as you guys know, since Bridgeporting this car, it is pretty much entirely mechanical sound. There's no mechanical issues on this car. It is 100% mechanically sound. But it sounds the part, doesn't really look the part. And I'm about to show you why, because the car has suffered from some neglect from me and just years and years. I mean, let's be face it, it's 2008. That was, quick maths, 18 years ago this car was produced. And that's 18 years of outside weather and driving and 120k miles later. And trust me, it's not had an easy life. And I think you're all about to see exactly why we need to start looking after this car and make it look the part, since it now sounds the part. Now, one problem this car has had for many, many years right now is quite embarrassingly this. Yeah, so my windscreen washers don't work, and if I'm being honest, they haven't worked for about 3 years now. And believe it or not, it was the driver's side that actually broke, and in my infinite wisdom, I was like, well, the passenger doesn't need to see out the windscreen. So I took the passenger one, put it on the driver's side, and then forgot about it for a long time, because not long after that, the car broke. And then it sat for a while. Yeah, and bad owner. But that's one of the many, many issues. So I think first things first, we'll go through all the internal issues inside the cabin, and then we'll go to the issues outside. And there's been a major issue since we last spoke, which is there's been a front end impact on the car. Yeah. So stay tuned, and if you want to find out what that is, make sure to subscribe, like, and we'll find out soon enough what actually happened. Or will we? I don't even know if I know. Now, back to the internals of the car. Now, don't worry, the steering wheel doesn't look like this. I'm actually like sideways a bit on the driveway because we had to move back and stuff, trying to fit all the cars in while family were visiting. But obviously the inside of the car is very dirty. That needs changing. I mean, we have been moving, so you can see not looking the part. So a good deep clean is definitely in order, but as you guys can see, there is a few issues in the car. So first one being the steering wheel. This steering wheel has seen 120k miles of hands and countless track days. And you can see it's seen better days. It's seen many, many better days. So that's one thing that we need to change, definitely on the car. Now, I don't know if we're going to retrim this. I've tried to clean it up in the past. It just doesn't clean up at all. Or do we go full out and do we get a flat bottom racing steering wheel? Or even better yet, do we get a detachable steering wheel? That's a decision to be made, and one that we need to make pretty soon. Now, there's actually two issues right here with the car. One, our handbrake lever has seen, again, just like the steering wheel, it's seen so many better days. And I think we need to retrim this maybe. Maybe if we get a custom interior, we can retrim the entire car and this can be part of it. But this does not. That was horrible. It looks horrific. I don't think that most people don't realise this. So this is the original 40th anniversary gear knob, this one. But I actually have a second gear knob at home that got broke during the very first rebuild at the garage that we don't speak about. And it's actually a light up gear stick. So gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in reverse all light up red. It's a really cool gear stick, but it got broke when they dropped the gearbox and they snapped the wires. So that's something that I need to fix in the garage. It's actually, well, I say it's in the garage. It's in storage at the moment, ready to be fixed. So we just need to fix that, and it just looks better than this. You know, the chrome's not chipped away like this. This one looks ugly, but the other one's actually in really good condition. And I think if we get that on the car, it really sets it apart. Now, there is some spare wiring down here from when we actually had internal floor lights. That doesn't exist anymore. The reason why it doesn't exist anymore is because when I originally installed it, I installed it poorly and people were catching the feet and they were just pulling the wires and it broke. I think this is I would probably say the major problem with the interior at the moment, and it happens to all the RX-8s as they get older. We know this, like it's a very common, and a lot of people know about it. Dreaded cracked dashboard. Now, I don't know what we're going to do about that. Do we replace the entire dashboard? Do we take it off and fix it, get it custom trimmed? Because a custom trimmed RX-8 would be pretty cool, to be fair. We could change a lot of things. That's one to think about. I'm not too sure what we're going to do about that yet, but that is pretty much all the internal problems interiorly in the car. Oh, actually, no, it's not. There is one big thing. I'm literally staring at it right now. Literally, since I bought the car, bear in mind, this isn't my usual tripod, this is Chloe's. This wing mirror has been, well, wing mirror, reversing mirror. Does anybody remember what it's called? I can't remember what it's called. But this has been broke since I bought the car nearly 6 years ago now. So we're going to replace that. And I believe you can replace these with the GT86 ones. And I think they look cooler. So we might just do that. Interior problems, that is all the interior problems with the car. You know, I've sorted some other interior problems just in the time that I've owned the car, like passenger side door lock going, which, by the way, if you don't know, is actually the same passenger side door lock as a Mazda 6, which is a lot cheaper than an RX-8 one. There you go. More you know. But yeah, there's been things like that. There's been the motors for the windows have gone. We've replaced them in the past. You know, it's little jobs like that. But the big ones to do are outside, and there's quite a few of them, and some of them are going to be very expensive. A major one we've got here. Yeah, these powder coated wheels were done 2 years ago. They've not held up great. They've quite literally stained yellow. So even when you clean them with whatever cleaner, they're still yellowy white in places, and the only way to do that is a full polish. But there's been a lot of skill issue driving this. So all the wheels are curbed to, well, yeah, really badly curbed. And it quite literally is all four wheels. And I mean, some of them have seen much better days than other ones. So that's definitely a major job that we need to get done, is the powder coated wheels. Now, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to repowder coat them, but there's a secondary issue with them. Since we got the suspension done, the fitment is, well, it's bad. It's not great at all. And I think that we can maybe get away with getting some aftermarket rims on here, because the fitment is like, these are sunk back in, and I don't like that. I don't know, we're either gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we should buy aftermarket rims, or if we should get these ones fixed and use these. What I'm thinking is we're gonna get these fixed, use them as track tires instead of the other track wheels, and then we're gonna buy a set of aftermarket rims to go around on the street and that actually fit nicely. I think that's gonna be the key, because it's gonna have really nice fitment then if we just bring out the offset a bit more. I think it's offset. I don't know. I don't know wheels. I'm not a wheel man. But here's the main damage. My old neighbour in the old street reversed into the car. Yeah, and which is really funny, because this here is exactly where it had its last crash damage as well, because it's got drifter stitches on the inside, which is really funny. As you can see, it's obviously stressed out all the lights as well, and the bumper. I don't know what we're going to do about that, because I think temporarily we're going to respray it temporarily. We're going to sand it down on our video and try and respray it ourselves with some rattle cans. But I think I've got an idea of what we need to do. And I think we need to, well, get rid of the stock body, basically. I think that's going to be a really cool video. Stay tuned for that one. Another major I saw, hazy headlights. These have seen much better days, and they're even actually cracked up here now, which is bad. We need to replace these. And I've got a really cool idea for them that we're going to talk about in the next video, because I think there's some modifications that we can do to these headlights to make them look cool, make them look unique, and definitely look meaner, just like the rear lights, because changing those rear lights to those LEDs was the best pretty much mod that I did. It was literally the first mod that I ever did. So I think if we do something similar with the headlights, it's going to look really clean, it's going to look really mean. And last but not least, we've got to fix the Rmagic spoiler. Not only is it rotting away, and we need to keep replacing these because they keep rotting, but don't know if you can see this. One, the spoiler's a bit loose, but it's also not sitting properly, and it's only at one angle of attack, so it's actually in the pretty much neutral position at the moment, whereas we need to add about another 6 degrees on it to get about this angle, which the holes don't line up properly at the moment. So originally we had some plates in here trying to figure that out, but that didn't work. So what we're going to do now, we're going to fill all this back in with fiberglass, re-drill our own holes, and just keep it at that massive angle, probably about this angle. And I think then that's pretty much going to be the spoiler fix then, because I don't really care about having it at a neutral angle. Like, it doesn't look as cool. Let's get it at an aggressive angle. Let's get it really looking good, and then figure out what's next really for the car, because there's a lot of ideas coming next, and I think we'll save them for the next video. So thank you very much for watching. This is everything not mechanically wrong with my RX-8, because there's nothing mechanically wrong for once. Is there? No, there isn't. I'm only joking. So thanks very much for watching. I've been Mike. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will be what we're going to do next, and the continuation build of the RX-8. Peace.